Today we are going to make a game of Yard Yahtzee. Hi y'all and welcome to Daily Dose of DIY. My name is Chris, and if your kids and grandkids are bored and you need a fun activity for them to do, this craft is for you. We are going to make an awesome game of Yard Yahtzee for them to play. So to make this game of Yahtzee, you're going to need some wood blocks. I've got some 3.5-inch wood blocks. They came this way. So you can purchase them just like this, and I will give you the link to where I got these in the description down below. You'll also need a bucket. I'm just using a 1-gallon bucket. They fit in here nice, and I like this size because they fit in a 1-gallon bucket, and it's easier for smaller kids to do them. Then you're going to need some transfer tape and vinyl. I'm going to put the Let the Good Times Roll in teal, and we're going to do the dice in black. And you could also use paint to paint these wood blocks. I am just using Mod Podge. I'm using dishwasher safe because it will help make it waterproof. You can also use outdoor if this is going to be an outdoor game. The difference between the outdoor and the dishwasher safe is going to be UV protectant. But I don't plan on leaving these outside in the sun, so I'm just going to use what I have on hand. I think they'll be fine for the little bit that we do play them outside. Don't forget to grab your free SVG and printable Yahtzee scorecard. Just head to the link in the description, and then you'll fill out your first name and email, and we'll send it right over to you. That will also give you access to all the free SVGs in our library to use as you wish. The first step you're going to need to do is to paint or seal your wood blocks. You'll have to get all 6 sides done, so you'll probably be doing 4 or 5 sides. Let that set and dry, and then go back and do the other couple of sides so you don't get your fingers covered in paint or it doesn't stick to the table. Do all 5 blocks and then set them aside, and while they dry we will cut the vinyl. Okay, we're here in Design Space now, and we're going to get the SVGs. I'm just going to come to the left and click the upload button. If you need help downloading and uploading SVGs, I will link a tutorial for that in the description below as well. And I'm going to select the Let the Good Times Roll and our set of dice and add to canvas. Now, when they come into Canvas, the first thing you want to do is ungroup them on the top layers menu. And once they're ungrouped, click on the canvas, and then you can separate them. Maybe we need to ungroup twice. Click on the canvas. Okay, they're separating now. The Let the Good Times Roll I want to do in teal, so I'm going to come to the top menu and just change the color. It doesn't have to be exact. I'm also going to reduce the size. It will depend on the size of your bucket. Like if you're using bigger dice in a 5-gallon bucket, you'll want it to be bigger, but I think just over 4 inches tall should be good. And maybe exactly 4. Okay, so that one's good. The dice, if you're using the 3.5 wood blocks, they do not need to be resized. They're already sized for that. If you're using bigger blocks, you of course want to make them bigger. And you do not need to duplicate them. If you look over here in the left layers menu, they are all there. It would have to ungroup to see again. There's 5 copies of each. I just have them stacked on top of each other so they don't look messy. So after your resizing's done, just click the Make It button. On this first black mat, they're all kind of jumbled together, and when we go to cut, you're gonna have a hard time figuring out which dot goes to which dice. So you can click on these and actually move them around, and that's what I'm gonna do. I'm just gonna rearrange this mat really quick and spread them apart, so after they're cut, I can look at it and know that I have a 2 or a 3 and don't have to decide what dots go to what. On the next screen, if you have a Cricut with a dial, set your dial to vinyl. If you can browse all materials, click Browse Materials, and you'll want to choose Matte Vinyl from that list. Now we will head over and get it loaded, our vinyl loaded up. You just line it up, your vinyl to the top line of your Cricut mat and down along the side. Smooth it down load it into your Cricut machine, click the go button, and it will cut for you. When your Cricut has finished cutting, unload the mat and flip the mat over to remove the mat from your vinyl. This helps prevent curling and tearing. Next, we're going to trim up the designs and get it weeded. Just make sure you go slow so you do not miss any of the circles for your dice. Next, we're going to add transfer tape. To do that, I like to fold down just one edge of the transfer tape and stick that to the table. And then you pull back the little tail here that it creates at the end. At the same time, smooth your hands down and it helps get it on without wrinkles. Now, I did not have a full sheet of transfer tape, so I'm going to repeat that process to get the bottom part covered in transfer tape as well. Next, cut your dice dots apart. You'll see that this is where it comes in handy to have them separated so you know exactly which dots go to which set of dice. Once you have them separated, it is time to add them to the dice. Now, you may know opposite sides will add up to 7. So if I'm going to put a 5 here, we're going to put a 2 on the opposite side of that. To add the vinyl to your cubes, we're just going to remove the paper backing and then place it in the center and burnish it down really well. Then remove the transfer tape. So there's my 5 on the opposite side. I will do the same thing with the number 2. And then we're going to do 4 and followed by 3 on the opposite side of that. And finally, we'll do 1 and 6. Repeat this process for all 5 dice. Once all of your dice are finished, you want to add your transfer tape to the saying you're going to put on your bucket. Don't forget, you can get the Let the Good Times Roll for free. I forgot to attach the dice in the right spot on the SVG, but I will fix that for you so you can get it all done in one and you don't have to go back and add the dice. Get your transfer lined up about right where you want it and then use your overhang on your transfer tape to stick it down so it will hold it in place, and then peel backwards and remove the backing tape. Then you're going to hold this out at about a 45-degree angle, and you can just take your scraper tool and smooth it on down. And then finally remove the transfer tape. I'm going to go back in and add those dice. Once again, I'll fix the SVG file for you so you don't have to worry about this step. Now you're ready to load your dice into your bucket and play Yahtzee. Thank you so much for crafting with me and making this Yahtzee game. It was so much fun to make, and I hope you have loads of fun playing. Don't forget to get your free printable scorecards and your SVG files to make your dice for this game and to decorate your bucket. Be sure to like and subscribe for more fun Cricut crafts and tutorials. God bless.